Hello Taurus, I'm Empress Rose and welcome to today's reading. I have very thoroughly pre-shuffled the cards and just a reminder that this is a general reading, so don't try to force it if it doesn't fit. So we're going to start with the Oracle Mystical Moments to give us an overview of your reading today. Give us something true for Taurus. What does Taurus need to know? Okay, we have these two cards. We have All is Connected. And in this card, this is a really, these leaves are blowing around, but they're all part of a web. And so it's pretty self-explanatory. There's a lot of change happening. There's a lot of, the winds of change have come. It's an unsettled energy. But everything is connected, and so as the world and as your life is shifting around you, it's pulling on other things and moving other things around. And then we have Lorelei. This is a mermaid. She's sort of playing with this boat. I'm going to look this one up because she confuses me sometimes. So things sort of being out of our control, that's what I was thinking. Like you are this boat, and this is sort of this, I think it's like a little bit of an emotional situation, maybe a playful situation, but there's an emotional situation that's completely out of your control. You're going to get yanked around however this child wants to. So you may be feeling quite small as all these changes happen around you and quite not in control of your own life. Right now, let's move to the Santa Muerte, the regular spread again. These have been thoroughly shuffled off camera. I'm just going to do a little shuffle here. And I don't take reversals on this deck. Here's your past. Here's your present. Here's your internal landscape. Here's what blocks you. Here's your external landscape. Here's your to-do list. And here's your outcome. Okay, you have three major arcana here. You have Strength, Justice, and the Emperor. So no wonder you're feeling a little, everything is connected and a little out of control because there's some big things happening. In your past, you have the Strength. This is wrestling your demons, holding back, not moving forward, or holding something back, holding your emotions back, holding back your ideas. It's an internal wrestling match. We have a wrestler here wrestling his internal demons. In your present situation, we have Justice. So we have sort of maybe an actual legal situation coming to be balanced out. But it could also just be like this Justice has come. She's wearing the black robe. There's a balancing of the universe happening right now in your environment. There's some passion here. If it needs to be harvested, it's time for it to be harvested. There's a pulling away of the veil, a seeing things very clearly suddenly. And it's balancing things out and putting things right. In your internal landscape, you have the Page of Cups. You have sort of this, around your feelings, you're sort of marveling at them. Maybe they're not what you expected. Maybe there's a serenity. You're keeping it all inside. but your mind is looking at the feelings that are within. Your mind is examining them, looking at them, wondering about them. But it's all tucked safely inside. So your internal is definitely staying internal as you wrestle these demons and deal with these this shift in the scenario that favors justice. What's blocking you is we have the Knight of Cups. So it's an emotion. There's an emotional situation that's standing in your way. There's a delivery of a message. You need to talk to someone, but you're worried about it, and you're looking back at like what's gone on in the past, the land that you're leaving, and you're taking one last look before you go through the threshold. But you do need to go through the threshold. You need to move forward, but you're not looking where you're going necessarily. So this seems like what might be blocking you is needing to have an emotional conversation with someone, but there's a carelessness to it, or a hesitancy, or a carelessness, or something like that. You're this knight, and he needs to go through this threshold. His horse is going through the threshold. He's looking back. He's looking back at the place that he's leaving, and he's not necessarily watching where he's going. So be careful with your emotional expressions, or especially right now, people are expressing their emotions. Some people don't have the resources to do that in a thoughtful way. So make sure that that's not you, that when you do need to express your feelings, when you finally express your feelings, that you're doing it carefully, cautiously, and watching where you're going. So it looks like there might be some careless emotional exchanges right now where people aren't really thinking about how they're coming across or how they're saying things. They're not watching where they're going emotionally. So in your environment, we have the Page of Swords. We have a lot of things being studied, things learning, communication. There's a lot going on here. There might be some lost communication, some missing emails or letters that you're waiting for that are missing. But there's a sense of exploration. You're a student, and you're really looking, or around you is this sort of studious atmosphere where people are trying to understand things and trying to communicate about things. And then in your to-do list, we have the Emperor. So this is your big dick energy, and he's got his gun, and he's got his wand. He's been through battle. He knows a few things. He's decorated warrior. He has everything he needs. There's also a sense of growth and a sense of he's very in control of the situation. And he has his money, and it is definitely his money. So this is your to-do list, and this book provides an actual like to-do. So we're gonna actually look at that. So in your advice column, we have do not be afraid of aiming high with your objectives and with those who are materially constructing, and with those you are materially constructing, even accepting the help of a person who is important and protective. So this might be about someone in your life who can protect you and who can bring you this sort of there's marijuana leaves in here, so I'm just gonna say this drug lord energy of like, you're mine, I'm gonna protect you, you fall under my house. So maybe there's someone like that, and if there is in your life, then this is saying you can rely on them, and you should rely on them. If there's not, this is saying you embody that. I can take care of this, I've got it. So this is really interesting because it contrasts with this one where we have this like ship that's being controlled by somebody else. So maybe this is someone you need is someone who's gonna pull your ship to shore, or maybe this person can be a little bit of both, a little mercurial, a little bit like yeah, I'm going to help you and protect you. I'm also going to expect some things from you, and I'm going to help you and protect you in my own way. So with these two cards, this seems to be a little bit of a immature Emperor vibe to me. So that could be talking about someone in your life or yourself. So in your possible future, you have 9 of Pentacles. You have this garden. It's a little bit of an unsettled situation that you're coming into. There is you have everything you need. It's very solid, very lush. You're a farmer, and your fruits, the fruits of your labors have arrived. Let's check the book on that one. So this is a real visionary vibe here. Look, he's looking higher. His hard work has paid off, but he continues to look towards the future and towards what else can be done. So, and it does have the same unsettled energy that we're seeing in this one as far as these leaves floating around. And this one too, this one has a real emotional vibe, because we have a mermaid and her tail's just in the water. So she's got a little bit, she's dipped in a little, and we do have a lot of cups here. So it seems like you've wrestled some internal demons, found some balance recently, and are looking more at your emotions, more with a curious edge. You probably need to have some conversations, or some conversations are happening, and they need, in order to find that balance, and more thought needs to be put into how you're communicating, and also how you're going to communicate with people that are inexpertly communicating. There's a lot of studying and learning that needs to go on right now. You either need someone, or you need to become someone who is more in control, more in charge. Oh, I just noticed, this might be like controlling your inner demons. Like if this boat is something inside you and this is you, then you could, we could be talking about a situation where you're figuring out how to control yourself and how to get this Emperor vibe where you're in control of your life, your situation, and yourself. And it just says onward and upward, move forward. You've successfully done this whole controlling your inner demons, looking at your emotions, getting control of what you can right now. And this is saying there's more to do, keep going. So, all right, Taurus, I hope that was helpful for you. And so that I know that this message has been received, it would be great if you could like and or comment and subscribe so that other people can find it too. Awesome, thank you.